But if they're going to have you identify the layers of the cortex and then the medulla itself, they're going to have to show you the cortex. They're going to have to show you where the white is and where the actual cortex is. So they're going to have to reveal some of it up here, like that. Because you can see the cortex here, and then you have one layer here, one layer here, and one layer here, and then pretty soon you get into the medulla. So what is the outside layer of the zones? Is it zona fasciculata? Wait, I think Justin's got it.
Glomerulosa.
the zona glomerulosa. That's the most superficial layer. What's the next layer down? Fasciculata, and then the last layer? Reticularis. Remember reticular, and we had reticular layer of the dermis, and we had the dermal layer, which was broken up to reticular, and what was the other one? Thank you, papillary. The reticular is going to be lower. Same with this one. So they sometimes will ask you to identify this tissue, and you'll see one layer, two layers, three layers, and then pretty soon you have a small medulla. And they'll ask you, what is the superficial layer, or what is the superficial zone within the cortex? And Stacy would say,
Zona glomerulosa.
something like that. And the deepest layer would be the, Justin? The zona reticularis, and the one in between is the fasciculata. So just remember, you can actually, way back there you guys probably cannot see this, but when you look at the microscope, you can see a real clear zone here, a real clear zone there, and a real clear zone there. And then you have the capsule, the renal capsule. Okay?
And the medulla is just...
The medulla itself is at the bottom of the last layer. Like there's 1, 2, 3, and then this is a medulla here. It's not real... You look at the medulla, it's like looking at connective tissue under epithelial tissue. It has a different kind of a pattern to it compared to the actual cortex. But usually it's quite thin, quite small. I'm trying to find a better view of it. This is kind of a, well, by the time I get to the cortex, though, it's really hard to see. See, because you can see a layer here, and a layer here, and all of a sudden there's a medulla. But it's not real clear on these particular models.
Is it always going to look like that, or is it going to look similar to what's in the book, too? Because the book looks a lot different. More
Actually, that's not bad right there.
Because this is kind of...
Yeah. You see, once it gets down into the actual medulla, it kind of looks like the zona glomeralis. So if your capsule's up here, you've got 1, 2, 3, and all of a sudden you've got the medulla. The best way to remember is, usually you can see the 3 different layers of the zones, and just make sure you identify the capsule and go deep, because at the very bottom of the deepest zone will be the medulla. All right. This is not a great slide. It does show you the zones fairly well, but I can't really get a great picture on the medulla. Now, is this the capsule or is that the capsule?
The first one.
This is the capsule. What's this? This is a capsular adipose as a protective mechanism that actually is around the kidney. Because this sits right on top of the kidney. Okay, here we go. This isn't bad. So you can see the capsule, 1 layer, 2 layers, 3 layers, and then you have this very thin area in between here is the medulla. Let's see over here. But again, not real. The medulla is not real clear on this one.
There's no like contrast on that, is
No.
there?
Well, this is all the medulla in here, but it's really hard to differentiate. Because you have a layer here, a layer here, and a layer here, and all of a sudden, boom, the medulla is right there. Just remember that if they have a better slide, this will not be an issue. But always find the zones, and then what is right below the zona reticulata is going to be the medulla. And just remember, make sure you have the right sequence. All right. I think that's about it. Any questions?